coast waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. We're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Two teams sitting above 500 in the early season, but only one will stay that way as we're off in week 4. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Another run for Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
From the pistol, Hurts. Vacates quickly left side. He's going to keep it this time. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
From the 29. Gets this one to Andrews. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and goal. Here's Williams. Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Hey, middle.
Throwing again is Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these two play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on third down and finish off a brisk 3-and-out to begin the game.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is on third and long. This is intercepted. Deron Bland. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that third down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic. Not just knock that ball away,
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Oh, he put some heat on this defense. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he gets him around 6 there. Play made by Deron Payne. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They go with Williams on the counter. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They stay on the ground with Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. This time it's a passing play. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A timeout now. Staff out to attend to an injured player. And that's Javonte Williams shaken up. And we know he's dealt with a big injury before. Hopefully nothing serious this time. On 1st down, Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. This one's to Andrews outright. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Hurts throwing again. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Draw play. This is Williams. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. A timeout now. Staff out to attend to an injured player. And that's Javonte Williams shaken up. And we know he's dealt with a big injury before. Hopefully nothing serious this time. 3rd and just 2 to go. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Gay's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back gets the handoff. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. And they can go ahead and stay. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. Lamar now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. That's a catch. Jackson Smith-Njigba. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, a run to Robinson. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
That one intended for Mark Andrews. So it'll be 2nd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Completed to his running back. And that is a big hit right after that catch. So the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a 16-point ball game. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys take a 3-possession lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Really gay there on the tackle. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Lamar back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Play action now with Jackson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Play fake, Jackson. Into the hands of Walker. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to get in vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3. He's got Andrews. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the pistol, Hurts. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys take a 3-possession lead.
Ravens 14. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He's going deep. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Hey, report.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
And he runs into some big bodies, and he stopped right at the line. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Putting the tight end in motion. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Second down now, 7 to go. Give now to the running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar out of the pistol. He put some juice on a deep throw. And oh, he got it! Interception! Jabril Peppers with a pick. And the Cowboys have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Hurts setting up to throw. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Here's the handoff. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Throwing now off play action. Andrews with the catch. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Handoff now out of the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he can't find the lane before being wrapped up at the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Hurts now from the gun. Went right, and that's intercepted. And the Ravens get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, it'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. They're running again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Lamar now from the gun. Buys time, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to the well again. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 3 quarters in the books from the... Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A play fake now hurts the throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Throw on third down. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. They're now set for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Cut near the goal line. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
It's a gain of 2, and that halves the distance. It brings up 2nd and goal from the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. It's an option to the left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Now we've got whistles, but not for delay of game. They were able to get a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. So now, here's 3rd and goal. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. Opportunity here for this defense if they can make this stop on 3rd and goal. Hurts looking to throw. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Into the red zone. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal to tie this game in the 4th. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. Hauled in left side. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Back-to-back carries here.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now give left. He loses the football. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
So they do got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Third and just 2 to go. He's back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens trail by a field goal. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Walker going to motion over right. 1st down throw for Jackson. Trying to push it deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens jump in front late. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's going to be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Looking to throw it. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He'll look to throw it. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Here he is to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Setting up to pass. Has it down close. And he's out of bounds down at the 5-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here first and goal. Hurts throwing again. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
Another try following the sack. Finds the in route complete. And he'll go down here at the 16. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Buckle up. It's third and goal.
Hey, 73.
Here he is to throw. And he can't escape. They drop him to the turf. Got a flag down, though, from early indications. I think this might be on the offense. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face second and long. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever. Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. One final shot here. And they win it! They win it! It's a touchdown! No time left! In position for one last shot at it, Brock, and they come through in a moment that required absolute perfection. They were indeed perfect, and it wins them this game.
Yeah, my eyes certainly are on that offense and the celebration, but I'm also looking at that defense, Kate, because that play is going to run through their mind over and over and over again tonight. Could not get the stop they needed. That one play to make them victors.
So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football.